this is, oops. So this is the Punnett square makeup small group if you were absent for our intro to Punnett squares. So in order to get the full notes for this small group, you must watch this video and write down the key notes in packet Unit 6 Crash Course Punnett squares. If you have any questions, please come see me. Okay, so first things first, you got to get down this key vocabulary. Punnett squares are all about the passing down of traits from the parents to the offspring. So we have a couple different terms here. So make sure you're getting down all of these terms because this unit is very vocab heavy. So pause this if you need to. Okay, so next, after you've gotten down all of those terms, you need to complete the vocab questions in the note packet. So you have a couple different examples of letters, and you're going to organize them into the different groupings of what the examples are. So are they homozygous, heterozygous, or homozygous dominant? Okay. Once you have completed those practice questions in your notes packet, let's go through some practice problems together to break down the vocab. So practice question 1, in pea plants, tall is dominant, so big T, and short is recessive, little t. If a plant is homozygous dominant, what would the genotype be? So this is the first time we're incorporating these letters now and tying them to a trait. So you don't actually have letters in your body. They're tied to a trait, but it's a lot easier to write a big T than to draw a really tall picture of a plant. So we have homozygous dominant. Homozygous means same, and dominant means big letters. So if it's the same big letters, the genotype would be big T, big T. What would the phenotype be? So if you look back in your vocab, phenotype is what it looks like. So since it has a big T, what does that stand for? It is tall. The plant would be tall because it has a big T. Okay, so now in order to predict our offspring, we use this lovely little box called a Punnett square. And we take our genotypes from our parents, remember back from meiosis, our egg and our sperm, to figure out the probabilities of the different babies, what the babies could possibly look like. So in pea plants, tall, big T is dominant, and short, little t is recessive. A homozygous dominant pea plant is crossed with a heterozygous pea plant. So homozygous dominant, we have same big letters, big T, is crossed with a heterozygous pea plant, which is different. Hetero means different, big T, little t. What are the expected genotypes and phenotypes of the offspring? So we put one letter in each of the eggs or sperm, because remember, you only pass down 50% of mom, 50% of dad. So we put a big T in one egg, a big T in the other leg, big T in one sperm, and a little t in one sperm. And then we figure out our possibilities for our babies. So we get big T, big T, big T, big T, big T, little t, and big T, little t. So our expected genotypes and phenotypes, how many are big T, big T? We have 1, 2 out of 4, or 50%. Big T, little t, again, 2 out of 4, or 50%. Little t, 0 out of 4, or 0%. How many of these plants are tall? So remember, if you have a big T, you're going to be tall. So we have this one with a big T, this one with a big T, this one has a big T, and so does this one. So we have all 4 of these plants are going to be tall, 100%. All offspring have at least one big T. 0% of them are going to be short because none of them are little t, little t. Okay, so in guinea pigs, this is practice question number 2. Black hair, big B, is dominant to white hair, little b. If a heterozygous female black guinea pig is crossed with a male white guinea pig, which genotype ratio is expected? So we have heterozygous, different, big B, little b. And now we have white. It's describing the phenotype. If we look back to this first sentence, white is little b. The only way this little b is, or this white is going to show is if it's paired with another little b. That's your clue. If it was paired with a big B, it wouldn't be white. It would be black. So go ahead and complete that Punnett square. After you complete it, the answer you should have gotten is C. 0 of them would be big B, big B. 2 would be big B, little b, and 2 would be little b, little b. All right. So now go ahead and check in with me, and then make sure you're on the right page with your Punnett squares, and then you are going to complete the rest of the Punnett squares in your packet.